In every electric bike community, a common question we've been asking or facing every time: is a used e-bike actually worth your money? Well, e-bikes are everywhere right now. People are roaming around town, hitting trails, or just ditching their car keys for something greener and cheaper. But the new ones, they can set you back $1,500, $2,000, or even $3,000 if you're going fancy. That's a lot. So naturally, a lot of us are eyeing the secondhand market, hoping to score a good deal. And that's when the question arises: are you just buying someone else's headache? Alright, today we're going to go over the key points, break them down, and see what this thing is really all about. If you're into smart buys or just love a good ride, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. So, let's begin with the biggest factor, the price. New e-bikes are great, but those price tags? A decent one starts at around $1,500, and if you want extra features like a long-range battery or a sleek design, you're easily looking at $3,000 or more. Used e-bikes, though? That's a whole different story. You can find solid options on eBay, Craigslist, or even local bike shops for anywhere between $500 and $1,000. That's 50%, 60%, sometimes even 70% off retail. Just think of getting a $2,000 specialized turbo for under $1,000, just because someone barely used it and moved on. And it's not just about the upfront cost. E-bikes save you money over time too. Studies show that e-bike commuters can cut car-related expenses by $500 to $1,000 a year on gas, parking, and maintenance. So getting a used one just adds to that value. But here's the thing: cheaper doesn't always mean better. There are some risks to watch out for, and we'll get to those in a second. But before that, let's talk a bit more about why are there so many used e-bikes out there. Simple, they're blowing up in popularity. As per the recent study by Markets and Markets, the global e-bike market is forecast to grow from $48.7 billion in 2024 to $71.5 billion by 2030 at a CAGR of 6.6%. That's a ton of bikes hitting the streets. And eventually, the resale market. People buy them, ride them for a bit, then upgrade or move on, which means there's a constant flow of secondhand e-bikes up for grabs. If you see the local bike shops, you'll find more trade-ins than before. Everything from budget-friendly models to high-end ones that look practically brand new. And the best part? More options. You might find a solid commuter e-bike with a rack for $600, or a beefy mountain e-bike with fat tires for $1,200. Ones that would cost 3 times as much brand new. But you have to remember that not every used e-bike is a steal. Some have stories, and not all of them are good. So let's talk about what could go wrong. Alright, here's where things get a little tricky: the battery. You can say one of the major part of an e-bike, the thing that makes it electric instead of just a fancy pedal bike. But the sad fact is, batteries don't last forever. Most e-bike batteries last about 3 to 5 years, or around 500 to 1,000 charge cycles before they start losing power. That means if a new battery gives you 40 miles per charge, an old one might only get you 20 or even less. And replacing it? That can run you anywhere from $300 to $800 depending on the brand. So, how do you avoid that mess? Simple. Ask the seller how old the battery is and how many charge cycles it's gone through. Take it for a test ride and see if the range feels right. If the battery seems weak, try to negotiate the price down, or just walk away. A solid battery can make a used e-bike a great deal, but a dead one? That's just a headache waiting to happen. Next, the hidden wear and tear. E-bikes aren't just batteries, they've also got motors, brakes, and frames. A used one might look shiny on the outside, but what's going on inside? The motor could be strained, the brakes worn, or the frame cracked from a crash the seller forgot to mention. Often you'll get a slick e-bike on a second-hand list, but when you go near it, ride it, you'll get to know the things. So, make sure to inspect the bike as long as you can. Check the frame for dents, test the brakes, listen to the motor. Any grinding or weird noises are red flags. If you're not handy, bring a bike-savvy friend or pay a shop $20 to check it out. A little wear's fine, but major damage, that's not worth your money. So where do you even find these used e-bikes, and how do you not get scammed? The market's huge. eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, even sites like Upway that specialize in refurbished e-bikes. Local shops typically have trade-ins too. But you've got to be careful. Stolen bikes are a thing. Always check the serial number against theft databases online. If possible, meet in person, test ride it, and ask for receipts or proof of ownership. And if it's online, look for return policies or warranties. Buying smart can turn a used e-bike into a good deal. So, is a used e-bike worth your money? Well, yes, if you're smart about it. You can save hundreds or even thousands of dollars and still get an e-bike that works just as well for your needs. A $1,000 used e-bike that lasts for years is a way better deal than a $2,000 new one. Plus, it's better for the environment since it keeps bikes out of landfills, which is a win for the planet. But it's not always that simple. Bad batteries, hidden damage, or sketchy sellers can turn a good deal into a bad one real fast. So, it comes down to this. You need to do your homework, test everything, and not rush the process. If you're patient and careful, a used e-bike can be one of the best investments you make. So, would you go for a used one? Or are you all about that brand new feel? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think or any e-bike stories you've got. If this helped you dodge a bad buy or got you excited about a good one, hit that like button, subscribe for more tips, and tap the bell so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching.